Hello, this is Joe, your chief geek from Ancient Text Research. I want to take you through another quick tutorial that explains some of the save and recall query features available in Star. This by far is my favorite feature in Star. Why? Because of the testing I do with the tool, I have to repeat the same query over and over again, and it saves me a lot of time. Now I know there'll be some of you who will also take advantage of this feature because you'll repeatedly be wanting to perform a primary search followed by a search within a matrix. And sometimes you need to shut down Star and return to your work a day or two later. And the benefit of this recall query tool is you can do that. You can recall your work from a previous day and go back and do other searches. So there may be some who also want to share your queries with others, or you're pulling them down from some of these code cracking websites or blogs or Facebook, and I'll actually show you where I do that myself here, where we've actually posted a query that we used in the user manual. Now this topic that we're going to cover comes right out of section 5.7 out of the user manual. So everything I cover here is in the user manual, and you can go back and read to your heart's content here. Okay, we'll hide that, and we'll be going over these buttons: save, query, recall query. You can access the query manager via this mechanism. I'm going to save a query, recall it, and then delete it via the query manager, and then we'll go through an import. Here's the my query manager here. Okay, so let's create a new search, and then we will save it. So maybe we'll call it, we'll take these three terms, copy it into search here. There we go. Let's clean it so it's all one concatenated string in Hebrew, and do a search, and we get two results. Okay, I just made that query up, but we want to save that, so maybe we'll save it, call it, let's call it elk. If you need to replace a query with the same name, make sure you hit this button here. Okay, but we'll call this gen test. Okay, remember that when I recall it, we're going to do a search, and it should show these same terms here. Alright, so let's clear that query. Let's bring up Timotheus query here. And just so you see, it's a totally different query. And let's search, clear everything out. Alright, 5 and 15 secondary terms. Based on my settings, that's why I'm getting secondary terms, because I'm automatically searching secondary terms. So as you can see, this is the Timotheus key query, but now we're going to recall the query that we had just created. And you can see, there it is, gen test. Okay, pops right in. Do a search, 2 and 12, and we saved a lot of time. Alright, so now let's show you how to delete it or modify it. You can go into the query manager via this mechanism. You can modify the name of your term, your search terms. You may have to copy and paste from the Hebrew keyboard in here. Save your changes. You can delete, and we're actually going to delete gen test because we don't need it. It was just for this demo. Okay, so delete it. Goodbye. Great. Done. And as you'll see, you can't, it's no longer there. Okay. Now, I'd like to show you a feature for importing a query. And here's an example from where we actually shared, going to Facebook here, where we actually shared a query on our website. And you can hit this link here to bring up a tab that shows you, and I have it three here. Let me bring this down. I have it actually popping up 3 different places. There you go. Close these tabs. And there's the actual query. It's in a format called XML, so you can view it, but we're going to save it. You could have saved this directly to your computer, or once you bring it up in a browser, you can just hit save as, which I'm doing here. I'm going to save it right to my documents folder, okay, with that name. Alright, now I've saved it to my computer. I pulled it off of one of these code cracking websites, and so now I want to import it. You go to the file, import, you go to query, and then you can select that query that we saved. Now this particular query, and you can see, so one query was imported, it adds it to your active query list here. This particular query, now we're going to recall it, is a use case in our user manual, and somebody passed this to us. It's very interesting, and we did some statistics on it. So here it is. So I know that this term, we're going to save some time here. I know it falls between 3,000 and 3,200. So let's save some time. Let's do the search. And there you have it. So there's the atomic holocaust terms and secondary terms based on what was shared from one of these code cracking websites. So that's about it for this one. I hope this helps. Just let us know via email if you need a particular video tutorial on any of the other features in STAR. And you know, we're all in this together. Until next time, Godspeed from your Chief Geek at Ancient Text Research.